I guess it's in my blood, man. I don't know. Used to live in a mobile home. Um, so one of my partners, he started investing in mobile homes before I did, and this is going many many years back. And he started telling me a little. He started mentioning things about it, and I'm like, that's cute. David's a redneck, so I'll let him play around the mobile homes. And I'm too busy to mess with those. Kind of get a little snooty, turning my nose up at these mobile homes. And then I just got curious one day. I asked him, tell me about one of your deals. So he told me about one of the deals, and he was buying land and sometimes mobile homes at auction. And he's kind of in the rural area, so he'd buy land for $5,000 to maybe $20,000, and he'd put a $10,000 or $15,000 mobile home on it, maybe. So it'd be in the deal for $35,000, $40,000, and he would sell it typically with owner financing for like $100, maybe $115, maybe $85, whatever. I'm like,
good numbers.
Yeah, those are pretty good numbers. So I'm going to do that as well. So I'm like, all right, you're onto something here. Man, when it comes to the mobile home parks, I don't know. I've been I'll tell you, I'm very risk adverse, believe it or not. Like when I say like we've done whatever, 500 plus deals with 100% track record, a lot of it's hard work. There's been some luck, I'm not going to lie. Smoke and mirrors in the beginning. It's like, how do I do this? And just back up against the wall. But it's also been like we've been pretty good about sticking to some fundamentals 80 or 90% of the time. Sometimes we take shots. Sometimes those work out, sometimes they don't. But we've been very, very good about investing in medium price housing and below, making sure that we have multiple exit strategies with our deals, whether we're just not like a one exit strategy only, like one trick pony. I've put myself in that corner before doing some high end stuff in the Heights whenever oil and gas was tanking and just couldn't give houses away for a little bit. And these were very expensive homes. So it's a very painful financial lesson. So I've always kind of stayed in this medium price housing and below area. So, and one, I've just been drawn to it. Two, I think it's just like I see a lot of people get wealthy that way, more so than like luxury markets and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm just going to do this. And I gravitate to blue collar or hardworking folks and all that kind of stuff. So I think that was part of it. I was never drawn to the apartment model. I had about 50 rentals in the beginning, and I just didn't enjoy that many renters in my life. Just to be honest with you, just create a lot of headaches, and had a full-time assistant manage them. There's just like a lot of inherent headaches there. And I started flipping houses. I was like, this is great. And then I began owner financing a few years later, and I was owner financing a lot of properties to like my contractors and guys like that. And that was really my favorite thing. I would say like, hey, if I had to pick one thing, I would just do owner financing. Because it gave me a little bit of like the fix and flip thing. We got equity, we got cash flow. There's some, ways, depending on your taxes, some tax benefits and things like that. There's a couple downsides, but I'm like, I really liked it. And I was always, I was a little bit too scared to take on an apartment deal. We went under some contract on some deals, but at the end of the day, I'm like, man, I didn't get into real estate. Like, honestly, I didn't get real estate to get make a bunch of money and get wealthy. Like, I hated my job. And when I got into real estate investing, it was like, I wanted to quit my job and just do something I enjoyed. Like this idea of becoming, multimillionaire and getting rich and all this kind of stuff. That was like, all right, if that happens, that'd be great. I just want to wake up in the morning and like enjoy what I do. And so real estate did that for me. And I was like, it started working. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's nice to have money and get rich and all that stuff too. And so as I'm progressing along, build my business, and I started looking at mobile homes, it was, for me, I was just drawn to it. I started looking at apartments and I was like, man, if I go, raise X amount of millions of dollars and go do this big deal, if it goes sideways, which we've seen happen, I don't think I can fix that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just beyond my control. And I don't want to ever have to pick up the phone and call my lenders and say, I can't pay your money back because the deal was just too big and whatever happened. So I've always been afraid of that. Single family, I'm like, I feel like I can control that, right? If I stick to solid fundamentals, low risk, high reward. Like I ingrain that into my students' heads. I say it all the time. Low risk, high reward, low risk, high reward. So I started looking at mobile home parks. I was like, this is low risk and potentially very high reward. And it was a very scalable model. And it allowed me to basically get the things that I wanted out of it financially, low risk, high reward, owning real estate, also income, passive income, recurring income, while at the same time really working with the people that I enjoy working with the most, which is homeowners, like, low, middle to low income people who just want like a good, safe place to raise their family. So I was kind of instantly drawn to mobile home parks. It's been a hell of a ride. I'm not going to lie. The last, almost 5 years. But it's been fun. My wife's taken part in it. She's, you threw that picture up there. We just got back. We have a park in Illinois. We were up there this weekend. My wife's taken kind of a customer service role. She's great on the phones. Don't care to do that. And she loves talking to people and establishing relationships. So we're up there this weekend and hung around the mobile home park for a few days, met the people and, worked with contractors and did a little pizza party and just salted there with people, man. We love them, some more than others. And it's just a good investment if you buy them right and you're willing to do the work it requires. That's kind of the long answer to how it's happened and transpired.